Common Travels.
Injured by one of the tigers in 2003. Also, they do have a dolphin habitat here at the Mirage where you can swim with the dolphins for $500. You can even paint the dolphins for $250. And this rock formation waterfall becomes an erupting volcano at night. You can catch that show around 8. Even the whole lake all the way around becomes fire as well. McDonald's. Is that like a McDonald's engine? Oh. Hey, they kind of had the colors on, you know. I'm gonna say, yeah, tell me a spicy chicken. Also, on the right hand side, you do have the Coliseum. And that Coliseum is a 4,000 seat showroom. And you have performers like Reba McEntire, Elton John, Rod Stewart, Mariah Carey, all performed there. And that Coliseum costed them $95 million to construct. So to that 1966 original Caesar Palace is still here on the property. It is the smallest building on the property with all the surrounding new buildings. It opened up at 14 stories tall, and it only had 700, and that's where your 1,000 goes. But just remember, after you finish, you can keep everything else, but you have to get this one back. I know. This is my next thing. I'm sorry, if I'm paying $1,000 for anybody ice cream, I want free ice cream refills for life. I don't care if I bring a big gold cup. You better give me my ice cream. I also want 2 glow spoons. One so that I can pawn and get some of my money back. So I can pawn and get some of my money back, and the other one so I can keep on standby, just in case I need that money back too. Yep. But it's cool. I like it there. I just won't ever buy that ice cream. Oh no. Also, if everyone look over their left shoulder, they see the flamingo. Everyone look over the left shoulder? Okay, so the Flamingo is your first mom-built hotel and casino here on the Las Vegas Strip, and it was built by Bugsy Siegel. And how he got the name, he had a girlfriend, and her name was Virginia, okay? And her nickname was Flamingo. So he named that hotel and casino after his girlfriend because she loved to gamble, and she had long, skinny legs, and she loved to drink. That's what it was. So here at the Flamingo, they do have a flamingo habitat where you can go in their secret garden and view the flamingos for free. They also have a memorial of Bugsy Siegel inside. And the reason why Bugsy Siegel is no longer with us was only because the mob found out how much money he actually borrowed from them, and because he didn't pay it back within a time frame, he got chicka-choo. So I don't like to say that they were, you know, I just got chicka-choo. That's it. And the reason why we built the Flamingo here on the Las Vegas Strip was because Sahara is the city limits, okay? The property they had before this one was the El Cortez. So they sold the El Cortez in 1945 because the police got onto their money laundering schemes, and Sahara was the city limits, so the police had no jurisdiction to get over here in Winchester, Nevada, because this is not real Las Vegas right now. We're in Winchester, Nevada. Las Vegas city limits is our Sahara. Yeah, so the police had no jurisdiction to get over here until 1973. But that's why the new strip is much bigger than the old one. So my next stop coming up would be Bally's. Do I have any friends wanting to hop off at Bally's? Yeah. So Bally's used to be the MGM. I like doing that. So Bally's used to be MGM back in the day. The Bally's property that they have on the other side. So if everyone look to my left-hand side, you will see the world's largest observation room. It is 550 feet tall, and it is the world's largest because it beats the London Eye by 9 feet. Now, It costed them $550 million to construct it. Each one of those pods weigh up to 44,000 pounds and can fit 40 people in each one. For the wind stands now, just to give you an insight of where that hotel and casino was here in Las Vegas. They opened him with welcome arms because he was so rich. So by the time he got up there, he actually locked himself inside of that suite for months at a time. So just imagine everything that was supposed to be flushed down the drain. He actually stored them in his closet. So he became very unsanitary due to his brain disease. So Mo DeLeese, he's a part of the mob committee here in Las Vegas. So he knocked on his door and was like, hey, you have to go. You know, like, I'm not putting up this, you have to go. So Howard Hughes, even though he was crazy, he never forgot how much money he really had. He said, no, I'm not going anywhere. He's like, yeah, you have to go. He said, well, how about I buy the place? So they gave him an inflated price of $13.2 million. And in the 60s, that is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. It's almost unheard of. So he bought the place, and he was so enraged that they tried to put his rich self out. He continued buying the mob's properties, firing their staff, and hiring his own. So he kicked out the mob and brought his own mob here to Las Vegas, and it's called Corporate World. And we all work for them today. So if you want to thank anyone, thank Howard Hughes, because he started that chain. He's also bought Channel 8, because he didn't like the way the shows went off air at night. So he'll just hit them up and say, hey, I want you to play this, and that. So they did it for like the thing Howard Hughes created on demand in the 60s as well. So that's why we have no more mobs here in Las Vegas. Also, my next stop coming up will be the Hard Rock Hotel. So if everyone looks to my right hand side, you might want to get your cameras out if you haven't seen this yet. This huge guitar that says Hard Rock Cafe right in the front of us. It broke his heart, and he said he was never going to come back to Las Vegas. He eventually came back and performed at the International, where the Westgate stands now. So his opening sold out over 800 shows. So his opening number act was always Heartbreak Hotel, because the frontier broke his heart. Now, that street that you see regularly Boulevard, that will now be turned into Elvis Presley Drive, because that leads you all the way down to the Westgate. And that's the road that made Elvis Presley famous. That is so good. My next stop coming up will be the Treasure Island. Do I have any friends wanting to hop off at the Treasure Island? No? So, back in the day, before the Treasure Island was even thought of, it used to be a parking lot for the Mirage. So back then, you had the traveling surfers, Cirque du Soleil. Steve Wood would have them took that park and set up a huge tent inside of this parking lot. It is just a parking lot, of course. And he loved the Cirque du Soleil Mascara show so much that he decided to spend $450 million on constructing the Treasure Island to give them a permanent home. Also, they used to have a pirate show out here, a showcase out in the front of the hotel and casino, and it was called Buccaneer Bay. But they closed that pirate show down to build a CBS. So we no longer call this place Treasure Island. We like to call it Tragic Island because there are no more sinking ships. Now, the reason why there are no more sinking ships is because when they did build that CBS building, it interfered with the main sinking of the ship, so they decided to cut it off, all in all together. And if you remember the movie Miss Congeniality 2, when Sandra Bullock was chasing those villains on that pirate ship, that was at that pirate show setting. It's really cool. So has anyone seen the movie Knocked Up? Now, you remember the part where he's eating those funny mushrooms? Yeah, that was filmed here during that Cirque du Soleil show, but there at the Treasure Island. It's pretty cool. They got rehab up in there too. Yeah. And also, if everyone look to the left-hand side of the street, you see where it says Rumor Boutique Hotel, Restaurant and Bar? This actually used to be a hotel for dogs Back in the day? Yeah. So when families come and they have their pet, that's why you still have those little doggies on the outside. That's where the dogs will stay in their own hotel. Now, of course, they probably ripped up the carpet and it's a real hotel now. Also, my next stop coming up would be the window. So if anyone wanted to Planet Hollywood stop, we could not stop there due to the construction on the side of the road. That's typically the closest stop to the Planet Hollywood. So if anyone wants to stop for the Planet Hollywood, no, we're still closing. And of course, no one wants to hop off here, just to let you know. Okay, so the window is mainly for folks who buy timeshares. But you can stay here without buying a timeshare. It'll cost you $122 a night. This is the largest Wyndham resort that they have out of all the ones they have around the world. It's awesome. So they do have 3D built-in theaters. It's really cool. They even have a build-your-own stuffed animal. And they have chocolate tasting for children. That's great because the kids can come in and get chocolate wasted. Why not? But the parents have to deal with them afterwards. So I don't know how chocolate wasted you really want them to get. I'm sorry, none of my kids get no chocolate wasted, nothing. I don't want to clean up that mess, and I don't want to deal with the bouncing off the walls. I don't even have chocolate in my house. Also, they have nice pools, they have saunas, they have spas. Heated pools is just great here. So, does anyone want to buy a timeshare? Oh, I'm not selling them. I just want to know if you do, I want to get invited to this resort too. I got chocolate tasting. But I won't be bouncing off the walls because I'm an adult, I think. So, that's tonight. Also, on my right hand side, you see the Planet Hollywood. Now, everyone see this Mediterranean Middle Eastern wall right here, the castle? That is a part of the Aladdin. Now, and that is the same place when it was the Aladdin Hotel and Casino where Elvis and Priscilla first got married. Yeah, so that was a part of the Aladdin 2. If you look down a little bit, that was a part of the Aladdin 1. So that's why you see the castles kind of look... That's why you see the castles kind of look different. That's because one is the Aladdin, one is the Aladdin 2. It's really cool. So they're going to actually tear down these Aladdin walls and reconstruct the outside walls just to be the Planet Hollywood. And it's so funny that the Planet Hollywood buffet and restaurant is not at the Planet Hollywood. It's actually at the Caesar's Palace. Has anyone paid attention to that? You have, right? Yeah, it's at the Caesar's Palace. So in order to go to their restaurant, you gotta go over to the Caesar's Palace. Now, the Planet Hollywood is famous for their Hollywood-themed hotel rooms. They use actual movie props from the movie. So let's say you have an actor wearing certain clothes or anything. After that actor takes that off, then the Planet Hollywood gets to choose what they want to use inside of their hotel rooms. So you might go in one and find a mask of Zorro with the sword, and you might go in another room and get the jacket from Shawshank Redemption. It's like a Cracker Jack box because you never know what you're going to get. And we honor Britney Spears performs here at the Planet Hollywood. Now, Planet Hollywood gave Britney Spears a 1-year contract of $26 million. Now, she profited them $22 million in 9 months. So because of that happening, she now has her own National Day here in Las Vegas. And on November 5th, if you are in town, it's called National Britney Day. If your name is Britney, and it says that on your ID or your driver's license, then you get the right to high roller for free, depending on if you are 21 years of age or older. You get the one with the open bar for free. You also get free shows along the Las Vegas Strip, and you get free dinner at select restaurants. Only if your name is Britney. So is anyone on the big bus named Britney? No? I'm not worried about it. If you want to be Britney and you're in town that day, I know a guy that makes fake IDs. So we can all be Britney for a day, but if you did not like the comment that I just made, my name is Rainy. My name is no longer Rainy, it's Clarissa James. Because I don't need any bad reviews on TripAdvisor. Okay? Remember, Clarissa James for the bad reviews, Rainy for the good ones. Alright? And also, straight ahead of us. I know it's kind of hard to see with this right here. This little walkway. But straight ahead of us, you do have 5 buildings. I don't understand why people be honking and they know these streets are full. That's why I refuse to drive on the Las Vegas Strip at any time. I can't do it. So if everyone looks at this building straight ahead of us, it kind of looks like the magnifying glass concave shape. Looks like a semicircle and 2 rectangles standing up next to each other. Now, that is called the Gadara. And the architect name is Raphael Vignelli. Now, everyone likes to call that place the human death ray. And the only reason why was because they had to take down the proportions of the building, because when it was set up a different way, you had the sun's rays reflecting off of the building, and it created a parabolic phenomenon. Meaning you had a huge magnifying glass that was burning people at the pool. So they had to take that building down, reconstruct it, and put it that way so it won't happen again. Also, on my right hand side coming up, you have the Monte Carlo. Now, the Monte Carlo is famous for its -5-degree bar, where everything is made out of ice. And this bar, except for the ceilings and the floors. So your shoes are made out of ice? No, I'm just kidding. No, but your cup is made out of ice. Your bar stool is made out of ice. Your bar top is made out of ice as well. And they even dress you like an Eskimo. Also on the right hand side, you do have our T-Mobile Arena. And the park is open, so you can walk through there and see what's in there. So we're getting a Staples Center here on the Las Vegas Strip. Vegas is actually getting their very own hockey team as well. They're going to be called the Lucky Pucks. And I'm not making that up. Yeah, I don't like the name either. Also, on the right-hand side, you do have the New York, built to look like the original 1936 New York City. So you do have your Brooklyn Bridge, you have your Empire State Building, Chrysler Building, and of course you have the Lady of Liberty. And these 2 flagpoles out front of the Lady of Liberty are to represent the Twin Towers, because the Twin Towers were not built in that 1936 format. So when we come back to here, then I'll explain it a little more, but it's really cool. Also, my next time coming up would be the Excalibur. Do I have any friends wanting to hop off at the Excalibur? No, we're actually, your stop is going to be Tropicana. So, the Excalibur is named after the mythical sword of King Arthur, and they do have a Camelot theme inside. They even have a famous dinner show. It starts around 7 o'clock at night, and it's called Tournament of Kings. So that's where you have characters dressed up in medieval gear, and it looks awesome because I went a couple of times. And they even dress horses up in medieval gear. And you get the guys that get on these horses and knock each other off for our entertainment. It's called jousting. And it's a dinner show, meaning they will feed you. So they're going to feed you as they fed everyone in medieval times. So you get your medieval Cornish hen, you get your medieval potatoes and medieval veggies. And to top it off, you even get a medieval cup of Pepsi. So a medieval cup of Pepsi is a styrofoam cup of Pepsi, okay? It's not like the cool Pepsi cups that you get everywhere else. It's a styrofoam cup. That's why I call it medieval cup of Pepsi, styrofoam. So, and it is really cool. Everyone watch out for these trees, because I don't know, they do have a mind of their own. I even got smacked in my head by a palm tree, please. He smacked my head off one day. And they even have a resort inside. It's called Big Slash Resort. And that is where the employees are paid to be mean to you. They might yell at you. Yell at them back. They like it. So if you do not have a twisted sense of humor, this place is not for you. I promise you. It's not for you. Okay? So we do offer a discounted meal with Big Slash Resort, and it's called a Dick in the Box. So if you better not laugh. Everybody put it together. So if you do have your bus ticket and you show it inside a Dick Slash Resort, they're going to ask you what type of Dick in the Box do you want. You can get a chicken Dick in the Box, you can get a beef one, or you can get a brisket one. But they will, once you do order, they will make you say the name because they're just that mean. Yeah, so it is $15, you know, it's not that bad. And also, if you wanted a picture of the castle, right now would be your best shot. See, our castle here at the Excalibur is not like the castle in England. They're more like the castles in Disney on steroids, because they are huge muscular castles.